Order in the court. They wrote me and they said, okay, and this one is gonna go along with the prior question for today. This one says, I found out that my husband traveled to Dubai with his male friend just after we got married. I think he's cheating. Can I consider this cheating? I'm 26 years old. I'm a female. I'm a U.S. citizen, and my husband is on a conditional green card. Our marriage was held in Pakistan in July of 2022. Just a few days after our marriage and during our stay in Pakistan, he informed me and my family that his company in the USA scheduled a visit for him that was official to Dubai, so that he would have to travel from Pakistan to Dubai. When I asked him if I could visit him in Dubai, he said no. He would not allow me to visit. He said that his schedule was very busy and that he said he couldn't bring me along. When I asked him whether he would be back to the hotel after his job so that we could spend time, he replied that he couldn't take me at all to Dubai, as this was an official trip, and he cannot take any friends or family members on this visit. Now I found out that my husband traveled from Pakistan to Dubai, not for work, but with one of his male friends. He's been lying to me and to my family that this was a scheduled visit and that it was official. I have proof from Pakistan immigration and from the airline mentioning his seat number and his friend's seat number. They actually sat next to each other on the flight. There was a different date of travel, flight number, and I have all of the information. He's continuously denying that he did travel with this male friend. Because I have the information that he did travel with this male friend, can I take this as cheating? And can I ask the court to provide me justice? Thanks in advance for your reply. Court is in session. This happens a lot, many times, and guys, remember what I said before with the annulment, okay? We're going to have to see. I don't know exactly where she's located, but different states have different time periods for an annulment, okay? And there can be times that annulments can be can be over a year, so long as there's fraud. And there have been different ways that the courts are allowing you to show fraud. In this case, because it was so shortly after the marriage, he lied. If she is able to get something concrete and she's able to prove that this is not a marital relationship, but a physical relationship, and that this gentleman is indeed possibly LGBT, is not interested in her, and is just utilizing her to get to America, then the marriage can, in some states, and if proven properly, an annulment could apply. However, ma'am, you can get a divorce for any reason. You don't need to use cheating. You can use difference in personalities, which just means I want a divorce. I don't want to be with this person any longer. You can raise adultery, but it's going to be up to the fact finder, which is the jury or the judge, to decide whether or not they believe that that's enough evidence. I will say this, that if I were sitting in judgment of that case, and I am, because you brought it to the court of my public opinion, I would say that there's smoke, but I don't see a fire. But I would say that there's smoke. And I would say that that smoke is derived from his lying about sitting next to the person, or the person being anywhere near him, or the person going with him. I would say that that shows me some smoke. Okay? Doesn't prove that it was some sort of relationship. And you also have not proven to me that this gentleman does not work for that company. You haven't proven to me that there could be some top secret mission that your husband's not supposed to talk about, because you have used the word official. And you have not told me who your husband works for and what he does. So without those type of things, I really can't lean on what you're saying too much, because there are times where people are not supposed to discuss who they're with or what they're doing, and it is for work. However, I would say this. if this happened last year and you're continuing to see him going away with this same person, and he's continuing to lie about it, and you have proof that this other person is LGBT, it's a little bit, okay, now you're convincing me, okay? You're convincing me. And all you have to do is hit the burden of preponderance of the evidence, more likely than not, okay? And if you can muster up some evidence to bring to me that says more likely than not they knocking boots, I'm going to give you adultery. I'll find for adultery, in the court of my public opinion. And I will give you an unequal distribution of the estate. And based on that finding, you would be able to use that against him with immigration. You're aware of that. You would be able to use that against him with immigration. You're aware of that because of that finding. If there's some allegation that there's been adultery, okay, and then you're able to prove that this adultery is with this gentleman, it happened right after, and so the marriage was fraud, there are things that you can do to hinder him, okay, in advancing and being able to utilize yourself or being able to stand on his own to achieve citizenship if he used you for that. Because the government is not happy with people committing fraud in an effort to gain citizenship, and where they see it, they will put a stop to it. So that is the best that I can answer your question with the information that's been given. But I will say that you need more. But if you ask me on a personal level, you want me to take this robe off, I'm going to tell you that's exactly what's going on, ma'am. And I'm going to tell you that you had that thought process before. You kind of knew he was fruity booty, and he must be really handsome or have a lot of money or something, and he was able to convince, or have a tongue of molasses, and he was able to convince your family otherwise. But I will say that everybody's indoctrinated with an internal compass and barometer to know when things are right or wrong. God takes care of children and fools, and so when you don't feel right about something, please don't follow through with it. Next case.